Well, hello there, fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome. So on today's video, we're going to continue the Canada DLC World Tour, and we are heading to location 5. So let's see, go to Canada, and location 5, Center Island. All right, let's go ahead and check that out. Looks like they've added the real mode and casual mode now, so if you want to play around with the wildlife, you can go into casual mode, or if you want to ignore all of that stuff, then you can select the real mode. I am going to do real mode just for this video. All right, so here we are. Very nice. Got some birds out there swimming around, some birds up in the air. Nice. All right, any wildlife behind me? Nope. All right, let's see what we got here. What are we missing on this location? Ooh, we got 3 right off the bat. So that is a normal one. That's going to be easy to spot probably just using a worm. Looks like it's small. So anything else that's small with a worm? That one's a worm on top. And so probably look for a worm in the middle or the bottom, and that one will be pretty easy to spot. And we have this rare dough ball. That should be fairly easy as well. So that one we got a dough ball on the top. And I'm guessing this is probably a medium-sized fish. It could have the shadow of a small fish. Actually, I think yellow perch. I don't remember if the yellow perch is small. Again, I wish they would have, the size here, whether it be small or medium. That would be very helpful. And then we have a question mark. Question mark. So normal fish in the middle, spoon and minnow. So we'll be able to spot that using spoon and minnow going back and forth. Yeah. So, and then at the very end, we have another epic using a crawfish. I don't think there's, okay, so you got eel with a crawfish. So if we do crawfish on top, yep. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do when we get to the epic. So I'll be using the crawfish on the top, aiming for the bubbles, or the swirls, I'm sorry. Aiming for the swirls. So yeah, we could do, one of these other baits as well, or these lures. But I think, let's see, worm, soft bait, spinner, and spoon. Anything else on top of soft bait, spinner, and spoon? So, soft bait. So far, spoon's looking pretty promising. Spoon on the top, so we might hit bluegill, pumpkin seed. Okay, so spoon might get us some of the stuff on top, but what we could do is look for the larger swirls with the spoon. Yeah, that might be what I try to do. All right, so let's get started with the first one here. Normal one, worm on all depths. So that one's going to be easy peasy to find. It's going to be a small fish probably. Let me switch to hard mode. Look at my fish finder. Let me get worm over here. There we go. And we got a few different worm green on top. This one is out here. Everything else is below it. So let me go out there. It's probably where those bubbles are at. And cast. Oops, I was way to the right of that. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to go over here. It just likes that spot, I guess. Let me go up here. There we go. Quick bite. Right on top. Hopefully that's going to be what I'm missing. Looks like it's a fairly small splash. Coming in really quickly. We might have it right away on the first cast. Nope, we get a bluegill. Alright, let's see. So what is it? What was it? Make sure. So that's on all levels. So worm is on the top with the bluegill. So let me look for some that are not on the top. Let's do reset. Look for some small fish that are not on the top with the worm green, like these two right here. There we go. That makes more sense. So let me cast out there. Let me drop this down. That one's going to be in the middle. See how much darker this one is? And that one's a little bit lighter. So that one's in the middle, and that one's on the bottom. So I'm going to go to the one that's in the middle, straight ahead. About where those bubbles are at, a little bit past it. about there. I see something in the water over there. I wonder what that is. Looks like it's underwater. I don't know if you can see it. It's right where my polar's pointed. Looks like it's something under the water. Huh. Almost looks like a shadow of some sort. Wonder what that is. There we go. Round Goby. Alright. And we'll keep you. That one's an easy peasy one. So yeah, just remember, don't go for the ones on top. Go for the ones on the bottom and the middle. Because you'll be competing with the bluegill on top. But this is on all levels. So you might get it on top, but I would go for the middle and the bottom. Alright, what do we have next? We have this rare dough ball on the top. Alright. Dough ball on the top. And I don't know if it's a small. Let's see, we got pumpkin seed sunfish. Let me see if it... Okay, so that's the pumpkin seed sunfish, because you see how when I switch between the dough ball and the grasshopper, it stays green. That means that that's the pumpkin seed. Okay, so let's see. What else is dough ball on top? Rock bass. That's also green on grasshopper. Common carp. Alright, let me reset. I'm going to look to see if it's by chance a small one. So that one stayed green and turned yellow. Let me try that one. Let me see if that is it over there. Let's see. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was in just a little bit. Quick bite. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't made a spreadsheet for quite a while, so I don't have all the color codes. Just a little baby lake chub. Yes, you are. All right, we'll keep that one. So yeah, just look for a small fish on the dough ball that doesn't turn green on the grasshopper. All right, what else do we got? Another normal one, spoon in the middle, minnow. So spoon, minnow. Anything else, spoon, minnow. Let's see. So those are going to be larger fish. So a medium size, spoon, and minnow. Okay, let's switch over here to lure fishing. Spoon. So we got green. And minnow. That one right there. So I'm on the spoon. 1, 2, 3. Minnow. And it stays green. So I'm going to go for that one right there. Make sure that it was in the middle. It was. And that one is definitely in the middle. And let's see. Do I want to do spoon? Nope. I'm going to go with minnow. Because everything else around it is kind of green or red and yellow. So let me go ahead and cast out there. Let it drop down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll reel it in. And just kind of go towards the middle there. Here's my bite. And we'll bring this one in. Bird is about ready to land on the water. That'd be cool if they landed on the water. Yeah, you don't see that. That'd be neat to have like geese or something flying across like that and then landing on the water like they do. Oh, that would be so cool to see. Alright, what do we have here? Alewife? Cool. Alright, we'll keep you. And let's go for the next one here. What do we got next? Hey, we're on to the epic. This might be a quick one, which would be very nice. Get this done and out of the way. Hopefully this epic is a lot faster than the last epic. That last one took me a week. All right, crawfish on the top. Or I was going to do spoon on the top, looking for large swirls. Let me do that. Spoon on the top. And switch over to expert. We're going to look for some large swirls. And see if there's any large swirls on top. Not really any large ones. Let me bring this across here. Across these two swirls and see if I get a quick bite. Nope. Alright, so let me go over here. There's a swirl on top. I'm going to go across here and see if I get a quick bite. I did not. Go over here real quick. We'll just do a couple of casts. Nope. Alright, let me go ahead and reset. Expert. Hard expert. There's a large swirl. Let me go across that swirl real quick. Oh, quick bite on the large swirl. That might be it. This is it. This is going to make the last epic seem like child's play. This is going to be child's play compared to the last epic. Man, that last one, the location 4, whew, took me quite a while to get that big guy. It was a huge fish, so it did bend the pole quite a bit. Yeah, that looks like a new one. That might be it. Almost. Come on in. Doesn't want to come in very fast at the very end here. But we're getting there. Don't let it go. Man, I need to silence all my alarms. I don't know if y'all can hear my phone or watch, everything going off. Usually try to get those silenced, but I must have missed it on this one. All right, there we go. The bowfin. That's a pretty cool looking fish. Cool. Go ahead and keep that. And I believe that was it for this location. It was. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Northern pike. Well, that was it. Okay, that's all the fish for this location. Well, hopefully you found this video helpful. And if you did, make sure you give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can see more tips and tricks like this in the future. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.